Okay, so for this practice, we're gonna have a bolster, 2 blocks, a blanket, and a yoga strap. Lots of props. And for the first posture is to just calm and ground the nervous system. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your bolster, lay it long ways on your mat, and I'm actually gonna add even a little more height to mine so that you're gonna sort of straddle the far end of the bolster with your knees and drape your body over like so, and your head can either rest on the pillow and turn to the side, or it can overhang. So this is basically child pose, but we're bringing the center of the floor up to us so that we've got a lot of space and support in our hips and knees. A little bit lower one, if you don't mind. You can angle the camera a little lower one, Chief. Yes, perfect. Yeah, and so you'll turn that bolster. Yes, turn it. No, turn it the other way. In line with the mat. Yeah, like that. And so you just put one end between your knees, and you can lay over it like that. Yep, you got it. And you can lay your head to the side of your cheeks. And this first pose is all about grounding and relaxing the nervous system. Feel the points of contact with the earth. So your hands, your knees. Just feeling the weight of the earth supporting it. Just rest. Let the body sink. Part of holding poses like this is to let the muscles become relaxed, open. Just by being here for a few minutes. Calm the nervous system. Let your breath be slow and light. Feel the shoulder blades falling away from the spine. Restorative practices and have a quiet mind component, just passively observing the body. It's okay to wander off in your thoughts. Ever so often you come back, watch the body. Slowly, let's press up. We're going to flip the pose now. So you can slide the prop further back, walk around and take a seat. hip or just spin around. So you're going to sit your hips on the ground and bring the prop near your low back. So you can lay back. Restorative back bend. Yep, you've got it. Exactly. Making a long roll. And you're laying back on that so that your spine is the highest point and your arms fall open. Turn the palms up. Experience how the breath moves differently into the lungs here. You can think of your spine like the spine of a book, and the book, the front and back of the book covers are falling open. That's your chest falling open. Try to let your pelvis be heavy and grounded into the floor. Keep resting. Let the effort drain out through your feet. No sense of effort. The breath be light and soft. Another moment. Keep settling. Keep letting gravity pull you towards the earth. Don't resist. Slowly bring your knees in and roll to your side. We're going to move to the next pose. Next pose, you're going to need just maybe a light support under your head or nothing, but a little light pillow is good under the head. You're going to lie on your back and you're going to use your strap. So please get your strap ready. So you're going to lay on the floor with your knees bent, feet on the floor, a little support under the head with the strap in both hands. Good. From here, you're going to lift up the right foot and put the strap over the arch of the right foot. And I know we always like to pull on the hamstring. Before we pull on the hamstring,
Lower the leg so it's in line with the other thigh. Each hand holds one strap. You've got it. Bend your left knee, one. There you go. And lower your right leg a little more. Yeah, so we're not trying to stretch the hamstring. This is for the hip joint. Instead of it being about the hamstring muscle, with your arms extended, pull the strap so it pulls your leg bone into your hip joint. Yes, like that. And just be passive here. You gotta use your hands. That's active. But everything else is passive. You're just pulling and anchoring your leg bone into your hip joint. As you do this, relax your low back. Now, straighten your knee and draw the toes back. Draw the toes towards your hip. Keep flexing the foot towards the hip. And turn at your leg bone. Think about turning the heel out just a little and the toe in just a little. It's okay if there's a little bit of cramping. And bend the knee, release the leg to the floor. Take a moment, let your hands relax. Just let your hands be soft and relax. Long holds are very important for changing the nervous system and calming the myofascia. Keep a mellow mind. Let's hook the left foot with the strap. Hold each end with one hand and make the legs straight. Sorry, left leg straight. Good, you got it. Before we pull on the hamstring, we first root the bone into the hip joint. That's what you're focusing on. Root the leg bone into the hip joint. Now, extend the knee so you're straightening the knee completely. Now, draw your toes towards your hip. Breathe. It might cramp a little. That's okay. Be present. And bend the knee, release the foot. Place the bottoms of the feet together and let your knees drop open. You can just rest the strap on your belly. If you'd like to go a little deeper in the shoulder, you place the hands behind the head and drop your elbows out. Relax the belly muscles so your low back settles into the floor. Good. From here, turn your head so your nose points to your left. Turn your head the other way. Back to center. And lift the knees again. Bring up the right leg. And hook the strap on the ball of the foot this time. Now we can bring the leg a little higher. Just a little bit higher. Each hand holds one end of the strap. And now keep your leg relaxed, but pull the right hand more. Notice when you pull the right hand more, it takes the outer edge of the foot lower. That's good. Notice when you pull with the right hand, it takes the outer edge of the foot lower. That's good. Feel what that does to the leg and hip. Take the strap ends together and hold it with the right hand. The left hand can hold lower. And now slowly take the right leg out to the right. You can let the left knee go out to the left slightly as well as a counter. Come back up and hold the straps with the left hand. And take the leg a little bit across the body. You've got it, exactly. Keep working the outer edge of your right foot down more. Come back up and release the leg. Relax your hands a moment. And then go ahead, hook the strap over the ball of the left foot. You can have the leg a little higher than it was last time. Extend your arms. And now pull with the left hand. So you're pulling the outer edge of your foot lower. Keep relaxing, but stay focused. Stay steady. Hold both ends of the strap in the left hand and take the leg out to the left. Come back to center. Hold in the right hand and take the leg to the right. Cross the body. Back to center and release the leg down. Cross your ankles right over the left and shimmy the ankles across so that your knees fall open in line with the opposite ankle. So it's like seated cross-legged and then you fell back. Yeah, but try to get the ankles to cross one sheet. It's like seated, there you go, exactly. So the right ankle is in front of the left knee and the left is in front of the right. If you still have your strap, grab it and reach it up in the sky overhead. So your arms are like tree trunks holding the strap above your head, shoulders distance apart. Good. Squeeze and pull the strap. Try to reach the strap into the ceiling So your shoulders get broad and your shoulders get wider and lift. This should really relax the shoulder joint, even though the arms are active. Now keep that broadening and pull the strap behind you overhead. Keep pulling on the strap. Notice if your low back lifted off the mat. Relax it to the floor. Lift the arms back up. Rest the strap. And let's go ahead and change which leg is in front. You can do the strap again, but if it's a block is nearby, you're going to do the opposite now. You're going to squeeze the block in and spread your finger joints. Squeeze the block in and spread the finger joints. The rest of the pose is the same. Keep your low back against the floor as you take the block behind you overhead. The arms are active, but everything else is relaxed. Come back up. And relax the block down. Bring the knees up. Let's go ahead and roll to our side. And now roll up to tabletop pose. Let's try to get the shoulders. See how if they're feeling nice and mobile. Keep the arms straight. And then melt your ribs and lift your ribs back and forth. Good. From here, take the right knee forward and then the right foot across the body. Walk the left leg back. If you'd like, you can put a prop under your right hip. So we're in pigeon lunge, you can take that right foot to the pigeon pose, come to the shin. There you go. And then come down to your forearms. Rest your forehead. If you want, you can rest your forehead on a block for support. Stretch the left leg back so the hips sink lower. Breathe and relax the hips. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Then take the shoulders away from the spine. Beautiful. Walk that leg in, and you can go to a child's pose,
to neutralize, or if you like a little more active, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, lift your toes to lift the front of your leg energy up. This will really insulate the hip. Lift the front of the leg up into the hip joint. Good. Second side, left knee forward into pigeon. Rest your head on the block. Bring the shoulders down, away from your ears. Bring the shoulders apart, away from the spine. Sink into the pose. Press back, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, lift the toes, the front of the feet. It'll feel like it sinks the heels down, which is good, but you're doing it through lifting the front energy. Breathe here. Come down to tabletop. Lift up. So for kneeling pose, you can put a blanket across the middle of your mat. You have the blocks at the front if you'd like. Go ahead and step your right foot forward for low lunge. You want to emphasize the stretch in the front of the left hip. Push your hands down on the blocks or the floor. Bring the right knee over the arch of your right foot. Good. And now keep that and see if you can walk your left knee further back, any amount. Your left knee. Yeah. With the left knee back, keep pressing your left knee down into the floor and stretch your body forward and up. Good. If it's available, put your hands on the knee, push your front knee down with your hands and keep lifting up. Don't lean back though. Keep your hips going forward. Hips are going forward and bring your body back. Yeah, the hips have to stay going forward. Breathe into the stretch. And relax. Go back to neutral, downward dog or kneeling.
And then let's go left foot forward, right knee down. Put the left knee over the arch. Hands on blocks to start. Walk the right knee back any amount until you feel a stretch just by walking the knee back. We're working specifically on the front of the right hip. Now stay low, but push your arms down and scoop your body forward and up with the chin. The chin has to lead the way. There you go. Now here's where it gets tricky. Try to keep your hips exactly where they are. If anything, they can keep going forward. And put one and then both hands on your front knee. Don't let your hips come back. That's it. Hips stay forward. Now keep the hips going forward. Push down with your hands to open up the hip flexor. That's it. Push down with your hands. Breathe. And release the posture. Downward dog or child's pose. Good. Let's walk to a forward bend on our mat. In forward bend, come up on blocks. Stretch your knees straight. So you can have your hand as high as you need to stretch your knees straight. And then let the upper body, the ribs and the head hang over the navel. Breathe. You want to, now that you're deeper in the pose, you can get rid of the blocks or lower them. Inhale, come all the way up. So you can use the wall for balancing. We're going to do tree posture. Center on your left leg and take the right leg up. And we started with restorative, but now we're moving into some hatha yoga. Put the right hand on the knee, left hand on the hip. Try to move the right knee and the left hip back together. Breathing. You know Ujjayi breath? It's like the fogging the mirror breath. Practice Ujjayi to keep a calm mind. Slowly place the right foot down, shift the weight, and bring the left foot up. Right hand on the hip, left hand on the knee. Bring the hip and the knee back at the same rate. Breathe. Ujjayi breath. Come back down.
Good. Let's do a restorative squat. So you might want to sit on, build your props up so that you can sit on them. Depending on how high is comfortable for your squat. Both sit bones down on the prop. So you get your feet flat. Good. Bring the hands together. Let your head be heavy. And relax. Let the pelvis descend down into the prop. And as the pelvis descends down into the prop, sprout the back of your spine up and out through the back of your crown. Now, take your left hand and reach it down to the floor or down to your left foot. My left arm is inside my left knee. Good. Take your right hand and put it on the inner right knee. And push the right knee. Push with the left arm so you're turning your ribs and your gaze up and over the right shoulder. Breathe. Draw the belly muscles in on the exhale. Inhale, come back up, squat. Take the right hand down. Take the left hand to the knee. Push with the arms. Turn to your left. Back to center. Come forward to your hands again. Then we're going to walk the left knee back. And now the right leg, the right foot is going to be wide to the right. So it's like a low lunge, but wider. If you have blocks, you're going to put your hands on blocks. Your right arm is inside the right shin. Right arm is inside the right shin. Yes, you got it. And you still keep the right knee over the right heel and walk the left knee back any amount. This may be the right distance for the pose, or you can lower down onto one or both forearms. Breathe, relax. Come back up. And let's change sides. Left foot is wide and forward on the mat. Right knee is back. And you can continue to walk back any amount. So you feel a stretch in the right low belly hip. Good, you can stay up. Left arm is inside the left shin. Yeah. Stay up. Or if you like, go down to one or both forearm. Good. Press back, downward facing dog pose. Push back through the knee today and lift the toes. Tone the front of your leg. Breathe deeply. Good. Let's come down to lying on our belly. Stretch your left arm straight out. Lift your right leg up and back over the left side. Good. Now take your right hand and reach your right hand in the opposite direction of your right foot. You can rest your head on your left arm. Feel the opening across the right front hip. Roll back to center. Great. Put the right arm out in front. Lift the left leg up and back to the left. No, up and back to the right, sorry. Second side. With the left leg going to the right, reach your left arm away from the foot. Good. Breathe. Roll back to center. First side again, but just roll onto your left hip. Instead of just taking the leg anywhere, grab the right foot with the right hand. And if you can't reach, use a strap. Holding the right toes, you got it. Lower the right knee a little bit, one. The knee, yeah, there you go. The foot can stay up. The foot can be slightly higher than the knee. Open your throat, lengthen the belly as you gently kick the foot away from the body. Breathe. Be mindful. You're going to roll back onto the belly. Try to keep your right thigh off the ground the whole time. Good. Roll back onto your belly. Yep. Keep the leg up. Almost. Lift your head up. And release. Right arm out. Roll onto your right hip. Hold the left foot behind you. Good. So the knee's a little lower than the foot. Open the belly, open the throat, and slowly kick the foot away from the body. And slowly roll back onto your belly. Keep holding the foot and don't let the thigh touch the ground. Or at least the knee doesn't touch the ground. Then let go. Good. Cobra posture. Place your hands under your knees. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Rest your forehead, this is for our shoulders, rest your forehead on the mat in a way that you don't crush your nose. Extend your arms out in front like you're a superhero. Keep your arms off the ground. Yes. Now pull your arms down by your shoulders. Your elbows and arms are in the sky. You can just look if this isn't making sense. My arms are hovering. And I'm going to go under my shoulder and send my arms back behind me by my hips. My arms never touch the ground. I'm going to bring my hands back near my shoulders and then reach them out in front again. So that's one repetition. Bend the elbows, hands come back, under the shoulders, by your hips. Hands go under the shoulders, and then reach them forward again. Do 3 more rounds, slow as you can go. Last round. And push back, downward facing dog. Tabletop pose. Open the front body. Hanging cow pose. Really drop your spine down like a hammock. Lifting your tail, lifting your chest. Two more deep breaths here, arching the spine. Downward facing dog. Walk the feet to forward fold.
Inhale, come all the way up. Mountain pose. Bring the palms against the outer legs. You can bring the legs together or just hips distance apart. Slowly bring energy up the legs. You can think up the front of your legs, even lift your toes to help do that. As you bring energy up the front of your legs, squeeze your tail in and down through your heels. As the tail goes down through your heels, lift the belly muscles into your spine. As you lift the belly muscles into your spine, lift up through the sternum and the back of your skull. As you lift up through your sternum and the back of your skull, reach your hands down the legs, dropping the shoulders from the ears. Keep all of this in your presence. And relax. Step the left leg back and the right leg forward. We're going to do this in a very wide stance. So now walk your right foot. So the outer edge of your right foot is covering the outer edge of your mat. And then walk your left foot, if possible, so the outer edge of your left foot covers the outer edge of your mat. You might have to change the distance, but it's a wide stance. Make the legs straight if you can, and square your hips to the short edge of your mat. So you can make the legs straight and push down through both feet. You want to feel a whole foot in the mat. Now from here, just let your arms be heavy. Let your spine hang, draping forward as far as it wants to go. Any amount, no effort in the arms. Breathe. Hang your skull. This could be a very difficult stretch, but it's still a passive stretch. It's still very little effort. If your hands get to the floor, just let them hang on the floor. Sink into the floor. Breathe. Keep sinking. Come back up. Push down through your heels and roll up through the spine like a lever. Good. Bend both knees together. Cover the outer left edge with your left foot. Step the right foot back. Let's even cover the outer right edge. May have a little shorter stance because it's a wider stance. And then square your hips to the mat. Yeah, so the left leg's in front now. You got it. Left leg's in front. Okay, so hands can be on the hips, that's fine, but if you let the arms dangle, I think this is a little better. Legs are straight. And begin to drape. Drape. Until the hands find the floor, or maybe the hands will find blocks or something, or a pillow. Keep draping. It's a pretty strong hamstring stretch, but it's passive on the rest of the body. to come up. Pull the belly muscles in. Push the heels down and roll up. Good. Change the legs. Now we're going to try a much more narrow version. You could even think of it that you're trying to get your feet in a straight line, or as close to a straight line as possible. Legs are straight. Straight forward, passively pushing into the legs. Straight line legs, yep. Draping over. Hang your skull. Breathe. You're going to come out of this one a little bit different. You're going to stretch your chin forward. Come up on your fingertips. Keep stretching your chin forward like you're trying to stare at the ceiling, but your fingertips are glued to blocks or glued to the floor. Keep reaching up with your chin, with your gaze, and now follow it all the way up. Legs straight, all the way up. And step out of the pose. Good, so we're trying to make this version as narrow as possible. Left leg in front. As narrow as possible, we're still balanced. Don't lose our balance. Legs are straight. Feet are mushed into the floor. Slowly hang the spine from the hips. Arms dangle until they find the floor or blocks to rest on. Hang your skull. Breathe and stay present. We'll come at this one a little different than last round, the first round. Instead of rolling up, you're going to stretch your chin forward. You're going to lift up through your gaze like you're trying to see the ceiling. Fingertips are still on the floor, on blocks. Good, exactly. So you're extending your spine. Keep trying to look up, even though your fingers are glued to the blocks. That's it. You got it. Stay with it. Legs straight. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, reach up through the crown. And step out of the pose. Very good. Warrior 2. This passive way that we've been working on. You're going to line the outer right edge of your foot over the edge of your mat. You're going to put the heel of your left foot on that same edge. So your legs are in a line. Legs are straight to start. Let's do hands on our hips today. Yep, so we're just lining up on the track of that far edge. So our legs are in one line. You got it. Long stance. Now bend, keep your left heel, your left foot down, and send your right knee over your pinky toe. Relax. It's a much more relaxed version of Warrior 2. You're just sinking into the joints here. Very good. Breathe. Just sink into the legs. You should feel so grounded from what we've been doing.
And come back out. Change sides. So the left foot is in front, covering the left edge of the mat. The right heel walks back, covers the same edge of the mat. Keep the whole foot flat. Keep that right foot pushing down into the floor, and slowly bend your left knee over the pinky toe. Keeping the right leg anchored. Relaxing into the joints. Go a little deeper now, and then straighten the leg. Step out of the pose. Good. Let's take a forward fold. You're going to cover with a wider, little wider than usual. You're going to cover the outer edges of your mat with your feet, and you're going to put the blocks in front first, so you have something to sink, fall. And you might not need those blocks, but we'll see. We're working on straight legs today, so you let the knees be back, extended. Feet are grounded. And then just sort of hang your head, hang your shoulders. Drape forward like a rag doll. If your knuckles get to the floor, great. Just let them hang into the floor instead of onto those blocks. Release your spine. If it's available and safe, you're going to lean your hips forward. Breathe here. Just like we came out of the pyramid pose. Stretch the chin forward first. Look up through the eyes as high as you can. Come up onto your fingertips, but your fingertips should be glued to the mat or glued to those blocks. Keep stretching your crown, stretching your gaze up. Breathing and extending the spine. Focus on the feet being heavy. Knees are straight. Keep looking up. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, reach all the way up. Out through the mouth. Very good. Let's slowly come all the way down to the mat. Take a cross-legged seat. Seated up on a cushion or a bolster. Put the blocks in front of you. And just slide the blocks forward without any effort. Drape your body. Don't reach, just drape. Walk the blocks back, come up, and change the cross of the legs. And just slide or walk the hands forward, drape the body, don't reach the body. Inhale back up. Roll onto your back. Lift the hips up and put one or both blocks under your pelvis. You can leave the feet on the floor, or you can extend the legs into the sky. Let's be here for 10 deep breaths. You can count the exhales, or I'll keep track for you. Slowly come down. Remove any props. Extend out your legs. You can put a bolster under your knees. Rest your body into the earth. Be quiet and still, not through effort, but rather by having no need to effort. Stretch your body. Press up to a comfortable seat. Namaste. Thanks for practicing.